Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and Lisle has produced several different kinds of electrical disconnect tools. They had one before this one that was more kind of the pressed steel or stamped steel conventional looking thing. Then they came out with this guy which sort of changed things up. It meant let's approach this differently. Let's give the ability to grab and hang on to and twist, a little bit more presence in the plier. Then they took it to another level and bent it. I think this should have been bent this way. There is a way to do that, that you can then grab things without getting the plier in the way as much. But they ended up coming out with this one. That was their most recent, which is sort of that beetle jaw. This is an excellent design, very solid. But with all of these, there was the question. They do say like patent pending, which is, I don't know if it says it on this guy, it should. There it is on this one. But the question is, given that this is something that is all over Amazon at all kinds of different prices, and only one of them is actually branded Lisle, what's the difference? Or is there a difference? And that's where I kind of wonder, because well, the prices are different. Now, when these came out, I think they were in the 30s, and then they dropped to 20, and now they might even be under 20. This one started out in the 30s and then dropped to the 20s. Last I saw, I'm not sure where this one is right now, but I think I jumped in when it was just under 30. But there are inexpensive ones that look identical to these, and I just couldn't help myself. So I ordered a set of the inexpensive ones that look like these, and I'm going to compare them. I have not opened it. It just arrived. This is the package here. It says made in China, and there it is from somebody who has plenty of vowels. Electrical disconnect pliers, automotive electrical connector pliers for cars, automotive, blah blah blah, new. There's the package. I wondered, here it is on weight. So I have got 45 grams wrapped up. If I throw these two on, which is what's supposed to be in there, I've got 42. So they're 3 grams of packaging. I don't know. And I kind of wondered about length, trying to figure out, yeah, there's the length from there to there. Could that be? Yeah, it could be. But anyway, here we go. We're going to cut this guy open, or rip it open, and see what's inside. How close are these things? I have not seen them yet, and there they are. Let's compare. I think I paid $18 with some kind of discount for these things, for the pair of them, which would put them at under $9 a piece. You can already see a little difference in the handle, but I'm going to wipe that off and make sure. So let's take the plastic off of this one. Really stuck on there. Grab a towel here to rag to clean those. Not too bad. Okay, let's clean this guy off. I just ripped that off. It's stuck on pretty good. Okay, so here we go. Get rid of this thing. Spring-loaded, smooth action. This one is not spring-loaded, so that matches. I can tell them apart. I was going to put stickers on them, but obviously the bright red are the new ones. So there they are. This, the new one, the cheap one's got a little bit thicker head. They look awfully similar. This has got a little ledge there. That's interesting. Is that a feature or a bug? The Lisle doesn't. The Lisle comes in a little quicker. The joints, looks like the Lisle's rivet is a little bit larger. Both of them have like a dipped handle and then a heavier plastic overlay or overmold. They smell the same. Height, I would have to guess that these came out of the same factory. Almost sometimes you can tell by the way they're ground if it's robots, but I'm sure these were humans. But that, I mean, like the grinding line, if they had some kind of a jig or some way that they were putting these in and twisting them or rounding them. Actually, it looks like it's been hit several times from different angles. So there's that one. So let's take a look at this guy. So let me take the muzzle off of this one. That spring is, first of all, a lot stronger. You can see it's also a lot bigger. The joints here look about the same size. Interesting, right up front. What's going on up here? Looks like they finished it during a car crash or something. That's pretty bad work there. Let me see what this guy looks like. So the finish work on the Lisle is certainly better. Here, let me line them up this way and see if I can get the camera to focus. So there's the two ends. Get those out of the way so you can see. What about this side? Those are similar. Lisle, you can see it looks like the forging marks right through there. On the Lisle is, get that to focus there. A little different. Fairly sharp right there. Let me see what this one looks like. That's a touch different when they're open. Tiny differences, not much, but that's, looks like, come on, focus, get the, there we go. Interesting. So they are extremely similar. Let's do the little kind of compression. So here's the Lisle I've been squeezing. This one actually feels just a touch stiffer. Looking at the play right there. So the Lisle's just a hair springier. I don't know, does it look like it's a little thicker? Maybe, coming down through here. The Lisle, those notches or what? Yeah, there are kind of little ledges on the Lisle. See those right there? Right there. Those are missing from the not Lisle. The Lisle and the Lier. Apparently a lot of these knockoffs, or I don't know, I guess they're knockoffs, are listed with the same product number as the Lisle. So it is possible to find these, the knockoffs, when you're searching with the product number for the Lisle. But there's all kinds of strangeness on Amazon. Kind of get used to it. That's a big difference right there. Look at this. Looks like they dropped it while they were, dropped it into the machine while they were working on it. Ground down a little bit there. Interesting. Here's what I think is going on. I think there is a factory that is making all kinds of these, and I've seen some crazy, places You know, especially in Asian countries where, you know, they're made like in a warehouse with a bunch of people doing little jobs, you know, all day long. They're, you know, grinding these, throwing them in, grinding these, throwing them in a bucket, you know, some grinding this one, throwing it in a bucket, and then somebody picks up the bucket and, you know, dips the handles and grabs the next one, dips the handles. My guess, now I got nothing, no evidence except prior experience in other fields, that there is a chance these are made in exactly the same factory, but Lisle is paying for the best versions, the premium versions. So there's somebody grading these, and this one goes in the cheap pile, the cheap on Amazon pile, and this one goes in the Lisle pile. So they could have gone through exactly the same assembly line or assembly process, along with the same person even touching, you know, the same process. But some are better than others. And the good ones maybe get another little buff and get this laser etching, or maybe that's done stateside by Lisle before they package them. And maybe they do another final inspection, throw a stronger spring or a higher quality spring on it, you know, and fix the, you know, make the handle stand out a little differently. I don't know. These two are, if you look at the amount of difference, there's a, actually, wait a minute here. Check that out. This, you know what they did here? It looks like these are plastic. They're dipped. They just dipped the dips. These are double dips. One, I mean, like the old ice cream cones. They dipped it once in red and then dipped it again in this black. They would have been in this position, so would they have been sprung open when they dipped them? Because that would have been the line right across here. Lisle, on the other hand, and this one have two distinct pieces. You know, maybe they are double dipped somehow, but this one's a lot thicker. I don't know how they did it now that I look at it. Maybe it is double dipped. This one just looks, this is, you barely feel the difference, the line. In fact, I can't feel it really right here. So, I don't know. Anyway, so there's probably one factory producing all of these things, and then there is some high grading. So the best ones go to Lisle, and the rest of them go to various other buyers, maybe even Pliers, because these were at the bottom of the pricing. I noticed a lot of them require shipping being paid, even if you have Amazon Prime. So I don't know, but as far as function, my guess is the metal, the forming of it. I don't know if there's not really welding. You know, it's the finish work that probably separates these. So are they the same? They're darn close. That's interesting. So the Lisle. So yeah, if you just look at the way these are finished, that's my guess. Is you are paying for a better finished tool, but perhaps not a tool that's going to last longer. Maybe the spring would here, but I bet the rivets and everything else, it's the finish work that separates them, which for many people might be worth it. Especially if the price comes down. But anyway, there it is. That's the Lisle versus the Lier of these electrical disconnect pliers. Let me know your thoughts. Might do more with these, but that's just way too close to be just a straight knockoff, because I don't think anyone would spend that much time with this kind of poor a finish work. Just a thought. And with that, Doc out.